Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Thunder Spear Assembly tutorial. Firstly, we would like to say thank you to the props creator, CYO Create Freely. Don't forget to check them out for all kinds of props and cool stuff. So let's go ahead and crack this box open. So as we go ahead and open this box, we can see exactly what we're working with here. So I've removed the packaging that it would include to make it a little bit easier on the eyes, but right here we have the handle already slightly pre-assembled. We can go ahead and move that to the side. And now if I just go under here, there'll be a little bit of a cuffling that has the Velcro attached to it that will be used to fasten to your arm or your forearm. So next we can go to these little screws. These actually hold the entire thing together, so they're very important. Then we'll go ahead and the nose cone, very aesthetic, not very sharp, but definitely looks very one-to-one with the show. Then we have the back piece right here. Then we have this little screw and this little wrench with the screws also included in their own separate baggie. So these pieces right here are the main body of the spear, and they come in sections that we then screw together. So we'll go ahead and take all those out and make a little bit of a workspace so we can get started with that. Okay, now let's just go ahead and lay everything out just to double check. We should have 5 of the center pieces, and then we can also go ahead and grab these 5 internal screws. So to start, all we need to do is open the bag that includes the screws and dump those guys out. Try not to lose any of them. So they should all be the exact same and symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which one you use, they're all the same. So we can grab one of these center pieces and screw these in. They might be a little bit snug, but don't worry about getting them all the way in. When we fasten these all together, they'll want to interlock themselves. So we can go ahead and do that times 5. Okay, now that we have all of our pieces done, we can go ahead and focus on 2 of them. What we're going to want to do is just try to align these the best that we can, and then the threads should want to catch themselves and pull themselves closer. One of the main things to focus on this part is not to over tighten or pull these pieces overly together, or that could break or fray the threads, and that's no good. So we can go ahead and move on to the next one, do the exact same thing. We now have 3 lengths together, then grab the 4th, put the 4th one on, let it catch, and screw it on, and then do that with the last one. An optional step that you can do if you know that you're never going to want to disassemble this product would be to get some super glue and super glue the faces together. That's good for preventing any unscrewing that could happen, as long as you want to have it for a long time or possibly have it for display. So now we can grab this handle here. Noticeably it doesn't have the screws in it yet. That's just to allow it to have enough slack to be able to slide on easily. So you can also measure exactly where you want to put it, just the length of your arm and exactly how you want to hold it. I like to go at about this length and have a full length in front of it, but that's just my personal preference. So now we can grab some of these screws here. All the nuts and bolts are the exact same, so don't worry about using one or the other for different kinds of holes. So then we can grab this screwdriver here included, get this out of the bag. Great. Put that to the side for now. And then finally, we're just gonna need to grab our wrench right here. Okay. So the wrench looks like that, and then we can go ahead and grab our bolts and slot those in. This part may be a little tricky and awkward given the length of the product, but you're just gonna have to do your best to try to orient yourself correctly. So you can go ahead and balance it like this, and then just get those nuts on there. They don't have to be super tight by this point. We're gonna go back again and tighten them. So just get these on, so they don't want to move away when you're trying to fasten these down, just like that. So these can just be hand tight at this point. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab our tools, maybe do some final alignment, get it exactly where you want it, because after these screws are tight, it's gonna wanna stay there. So I think that spot is good. So grab my screwdriver here, and then my wrench. Again, do your best to figure it out. It is a little awkward. Then we can just go ahead and tighten these bolts down and just get it to the tightness where you don't feel the handle move around the part anymore. And then we can do that with the other bolt. Just screw that down. Okay, great. All right, so that should be fastened pretty tightly. Shouldn't want to move, and it should be exactly where we want it to be. So now we can grab this other one, and then from the other side, we can just slide it on. Also noticeably not having its screw on to allow it to have enough slack to get down. So we get it to a length that we like. I like it just about there. I kind of have longer arms though, but just measuring, that feels like it'll be okay. So we can go ahead and put that down, grab our last bolt, and slide that in. Make sure that it's aligned and it's parallel with the handle, because you don't want the arm strap to kind of misalign your arm. So then we can go ahead and finger tighten those just enough, do some last minute adjustments because this is how it's gonna stay. Then we grab our screwdriver, and then I just held the nut with my finger, but then I just grabbed this one, this wrench, and really made sure that it was on there snug. Just to make sure that that piece doesn't want to rotate at all and doesn't move. Perfect. Okay, so we're almost there. You can clear some of this stuff out of the way and go ahead and grab the nose cone. Just screw that on the same way you screwed on the body pieces together, really straightforward. Then just make sure that's on nice. And then all we have to do now is do the back piece. So we can just grab that, make sure that the thread's aligned and it's not off kilter at all, and then just screw that in. Perfect. So now we have our finished product. Now we can just go ahead and admire our work. The part should fit most people pretty well. If you're a shorter person, you might want to remove one of the midsections to make it an overall shorter prop, but generally it should fit just about anyone. It's adjustable, and you can always go back and adjust the screws and the bolts just to make sure that the framing in between the cuffling and the handle are the right distance. Once again, don't forget to check out CYO, the creator of this product, and good luck out there. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.